Hello viewers, welcome to this video lecture series on machine learning. This session is about machine learning in relation to other fields. So here you are going to check the other fields like artificial intelligence, data science, data mining, data analytics, statistics. So how these different fields are related to machine learning. Just first check what is artificial intelligence. It is a branch of computer science by which we can create intelligent machines which can behave like human, think like human, and able to make decisions. So artificial intelligence is a branch of computer science, whereas machine learning is a branch of artificial intelligence. So that means machine learning is a subset of artificial intelligence. If artificial intelligence can create machines which can behave like human, think like human, and able to make decisions like human, definitely machine learning will also be able to create systems that can understand, think, learn, behave like humans. So we can understand the relation here between these three different fields: artificial intelligence, machine learning, and deep learning, with the help of this Venn diagram. Larger part of this Venn diagram is artificial intelligence. Then you can check here the inner part is what? It is a subset of artificial intelligence. Machine learning is a subset of artificial intelligence. Deep learning is subset of machine learning. So this is how you are going to relate. First is artificial intelligence. So then comes what? The machine learning, and then comes what? The deep learning. So this way the algorithms that are there under each of these fields are used to create systems that can understand, think, learn, behave like humans. But the algorithms are having different characteristics here. The job that is required to be carried out by these algorithms differ in each of these fields. Let us see the differences between machine learning and deep learning. Machine learning is a superset of deep learning, whereas deep learning is a subset of machine learning. And in machine learning, we can give less data, whereas for deep learning, more data is expected to the machine to get trained. In machine learning, we can make use of numerical values. For deep learning, image, text, and audio can be used in the data set. More human intervention is needed in machine learning. More human intervention is what? Normally when you try to train the algorithm with a data set and then finally you test the machine learning model, you are going to get some output. If the output is not as per the expectation, that is if the accuracy is less, then you are going to what? Modify the data, or you can add more data points into the data set. Then you will once again test and see whether you are going to get the expected output. If not, again you will be carrying out this step. Whereas in deep learning, as you are giving more data already for the training purpose, human intervention will be less here. And in machine learning, we need very less time to get the output, whereas for deep learning, more time is needed to get the output. And for example, here we can say that one example just we are writing email is what? In machine learning algorithm can be used to classify whether the email which you are receiving has to be classified into a useful email or spam. Example for deep learning is self-driving cars. Machine learning can work with central processing units only, CPUs, but for deep learning we require GPUs. Machine learning can be used for less complex tasks, whereas for deep learning you require more complex tasks. So this is what is the difference between these three fields: artificial intelligence, machine learning, and deep learning. Now let us see, there is one more field called as data science. This is an umbrella term covering from data collection to data analysis. If you look here into this particular diagram, you can check here how machine learning is put here at the center, and how data analytics, big data, pattern recognition, and data mining are related to machine learning. And all these things comes under what? Data science. So first let us see what is data science. Data science uses scientific method, processes, algorithms, and systems to extract knowledge and insights from many structural and unstructured data. And what do you mean by structural data? Structural data is simply the data which is going to have a typical structure. You have the attributes, then you have the rows for which you are giving the values for each of the attributes. This is a structured data. Whereas unstructured data is a combination of audio, videos, and images. Here we have big data. Big data you can always remember with 3 V's: volume, variety, velocity. Huge amount of data is generated by big companies like Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. That is what is volume. Data is available in variety of forms like images, videos, and in different formats. So we say that is variety. And velocity refers to the speed at which the data is generated and processed. So these are the different characteristics of what? Big data. Data science concerns about the collection of data. Big data is a field of data science that deals with the following characteristics: volume, variety, and velocity. Then comes another field called data mining. Data mining is a process of looking through a lot of data to find hidden patterns or interesting information. Normally, when you have a data set, initially in the very beginning, you may not be knowing the relation between the different attributes. Once you start observing or looking deep into the data, definitely you are going to find some useful information, some interesting information, some hidden patterns are there that are available in the data set. It is simply like the mining of the earth. You can always relate like this. With mining of the earth, one gets into precious resources. Same way here also, by looking deeply into the data, you can find some patterns and some interesting information that will be very useful. For example, let us take like this. You have collected a data set for some particular task wherein the data set is belonging to students. So students information is stored like name, USN, CGPA. All this information you needed for some particular task. Later when you started observing the data set, for example, when you observed the CGPA column, you found out that the CGPA of students of a particular section or students of a particular section have got higher CGPAs compared to the students of other sections. So this is some interesting information. This way, only when you try to look thoroughly, then you are going to find some hidden patterns or interesting information. And then we have another field called data analytics. What data analytics basically is used to extract useful information from the crude data. Suppose you want to analyze the data. The data analyst in the company wants to analyze the data. For example, let us take like this. A service provider, they have different plans for their customers. For example, if you take Airtel, now before deciding the plans for the customers, they have to analyze the data. That means first they will try to find out how many users are there for this Airtel services. Suppose let us assume there are 5 crore users that are using the Airtel. Then in that they will try to find out how many users are using every day 1 GB of data, how many users are using 2 to 3 GB, and how many users are using every day greater than 3 GB. So once they analyze this, then they can decide the plans depending on the number of users under each category. So this is just one example. Like this, for any type of company, this analysis of the data is very much needed so that they can plan for their future revenue. There is one branch called as predictive data analytics. For example, sales in a company, they look into the past data and prepare for future. So they always check that which are the items that are getting sold frequently or which are in high demand in the past days. Depending on that, they prepare for the future. We have next field called as pattern recognition. So in short, pattern recognition is like training the system to understand how things look, sound, or behave based on similarities in given images so that it can make sense of new information on its own. So this is simply like a application of machine learning only. The algorithms learn the different patterns that are existing in the images. That is, they look for the patterns, they learn the patterns, and then they make predictions for the new images that are fed to the machine learning model. Then you need to see one more type of field here, the statistics. So it is a study of collection, analysis, interpretation, and presentation. Collection of the data, analysis of data, interpretation of the data, and presentation of the data is statistics. So we have two types of statistics: descriptive statistics and inferential statistics. Descriptive statistics uses the data to provide the description through graphs, tables, or numerical calculations, whereas inferential statistics makes the predictions and inferences based on the data samples taken from the data set. So this is the difference between the descriptive and inferential. Basically, for any data set that is collected for machine learning job, you are going to collect it. Definitely, you are going to collect the data that is there, but you need to analyze, interpret, and present the data also. So statistics is definitely needed for the data set which you have collected. This is how you can see that The relationship between data analytics, big data, pattern recognition, and data mining is there with machine learning. All these fields comes under data science. In this session, I have given an explanation about how the major fields are related to machine learning. Hope you find this session useful. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Bye bye and take care.